Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Oakland. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard. Line.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check it back. Check it back. Hey, 734.
On first down, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch time.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 72 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, When guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them.
And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why
under pressure again, and down he goes again. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Card out of throw. This complete to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Carr, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. With that incompletion, let's play a little game here. We'll call it 2 up, 2 down. Surprising team so far, 2 for the good, 2 for the bad.
All right, let's start with the good. The Buffalo Bills. Did you really think they'd be pressing for first place this deep into the season?
No.
Okay, how about the Carolina Panthers? Start 0 undefeated without him. How about 2 down? The Atlanta Falcons. I thought they'd press for a playoff spot. And the Los Angeles Chargers.
How about the Browns at 2 and 4? I thought you'd put them in there.
I didn't expect them to be the team others thought in preseason. I thought they might contend for a playoff spot, but it doesn't surprise me overall.
Complete to Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They go with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Carr to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Well, earlier, Charles, we looked at some of the Week 8 games that were intriguing. How about some Week 8 games where you've got a team that really, really needs a win? And I was thinking about the Chargers at Chicago and Cleveland at New England. You feel like the Chargers in Cleveland need to find a way to get a victory.
I think you're exactly right, and the Chargers' chances are really slipping away. Chicago, I would throw in there as well, at 3-3 and struggling on offense. They say they know they need to run the ball more. They absolutely must run the ball more. But Cleveland and New England, for me with Cleveland, with all the high expectations in preseason, it's almost a must-win at a place almost no one wins.
And a couple more here. Giants at Detroit. All of a sudden, Detroit's at the bottom of the NFC North.
And everyone says the same thing about them. They have great talent. That's a really good football team. Hard to believe they're 2-3-1 right now.
Last but not least, what about the Steelers hosting Miami Monday night? They cannot lose that one.
They absolutely cannot, because Baltimore is threatening to run away with the division. Pittsburgh has to have that game on Monday night.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. They call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. And his throw is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 21 yards there on 3rd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 14 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Carr now on first down. Caught by Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Switch. You go tight. You got tight. You got time right there. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Check the hot read. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And he's got his man Hilton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They begin the drive with Hines. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the ground, it's Mack. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Brissett from the gun on third. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, Richard. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack on 1st down, Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You're mine.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Raider 1. Hey, echo. 50, Mike 50. Here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? One by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. They give him a gain of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. That'll be caught by Rodgers. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
7:34. 50, Mike's 50. Coming to you. Hey, Alpha. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Throwing again. Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go, baby.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Waller taking it in over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Go, go.
He's back to throw. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too picky. But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Brissett to throw for one on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady, 53, Mike, sweetheart.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. He's got Smith here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of a field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second. Get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
8 yards on the
And you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
This is Hines. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, 36 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Breeze going to throw. This is caught by Ginn. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. Gets this one to Hill. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Colts' 34-yard line.
Ready? 5-9. Mike 50.
On 2nd down, Kamara trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. To throw is Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. It's Hill. Complete. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Breeze again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior.
What's going on?
The ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
going on, bro?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check 13. Check 13. Check 3. Check 3.
Now it's Hines. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I want to see if GTA has some Halloween stuff on there. Get down with that.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I'm second quarter, 2 minutes left. Yeah, we got 2 more quarters to go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, you know, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Kamara now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On 1st down, Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Looking for Gannon, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Okay, partner, let's mix things up a bit. This is something that's been a staple of morning television programs for a long time. Let's bring it to Madden, some power rankings. Give me your top 5 through 7 weeks.
All right, I'll start with number 5, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he can throw it as well as run it, but his running, that's so exciting. Number 4, the Green Bay Packers. Looks like Aaron Rodgers and his head coach, Matt LaFleur, looks like they're in sync, and the Packers are playing awfully well right now. Number 3, San Francisco. Their defense built to travel. They can play anywhere and take on anyone, and they run the ball on offense. Number 2, New Orleans. They've survived without Drew Brees. In fact, they flourished with Teddy Bridgewater, and their defense, vastly underrated, one of the top 3 in the league. And last but not least, shocker, New England. And I did think about putting New Orleans ahead of New England, but New England's defense is the best in the league, and Tom Brady on the other side, they still reign supreme.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Hines out of the backfield.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on 4th down.
Let's go. Switch it.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. Oh, good move by T.Y.
Oh, you got the ankle
getting this one
sticker,
all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
That's 7-6 right now.
On the set, 54. Mike 54. Target.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Go back in the ring, dude. Because I said so. Don't tell me why. Get out. Go. Fucking asking me. Freaking. Freaking telling me to go on the snag, dude. Get out of here.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Being chased out left. And the catch made by Hilton. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Somebody said something. What was that?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike 53.
To throw is Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Check.
On first down, it's Mack, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brissett. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Vinatieri's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Anthony Walker, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Draw play. This is Hines. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Oh, you actually want to quit, buddy? That dude just quit the game. That's what I was saying.